And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2001 football season. It's pigskin smell in the air. My name is Phil Russell, joined along with Chandler Cook this year for our Red Hound replay. This year is a little different. Corbin High School is the film crew this year, Chandler, and it's good to have Miss Katie Akins on board as our producer and film young lady this season. Of course, her dad's standing behind her, sweating and doing all the leg work for her. But we're here at Campbell Field and Dennis Stadium this season, and again, this is the kickoff. We've got the Connor football team coming in this year, meeting the Red Hounds in the opening kickoff. This is the first year before the Pigskin Classic that we've had a home game.
Yes, it has. Last year we played away at Danville, and we won't forget that.
Yes, we do.
So we'll hope the opening game this year will be a W for the Hounds tonight, Phil.
Chandler, we're looking at a new team this year coming in, of course, losing all the players we did last year, but coming in with the big back and number 22, Stephen Cook, the senior this year. A lot riding on the young man's shoulders. Of course, a quarterback this year is the senior four-year starter, really, and B.J. Foley. Backing him up, of course, on that big offensive line will be Matt Williams, senior this year on there. We've got the kid and Derek Marlowe, who's a transfer in here from Tennessee. Joining him on that line is Levi Skeen, Tyler Hart, and Chaz Stradley, the young sophomore. I remember watching him in the 5th grade.
That's right, Phil, and this, I think a big key to our success the first 5 games is how quickly some of our younger players grow up, because by far the preseason schedule is something that will help us down the road, but it's also something that's going to be early test for the Red Hounds. And you know, we've got to develop some depth so that we can play later on in the year if we get somebody hurt.
Well, you're talking about the pre-game or pre-conference or district schedule this year. You've got that in front of you. Just share our fans right now what the Red Hounds will be before even district play starts and schedule-wise.
Well, next week on the 25th, we play Lexington Catholic in the second game of the Pigskin Classic. The first game is between Bryan Station and Danville, start about 5:30. On August 31st, we travel to South Laurel to take on the Cardinals. On September 7th, we're back home to play Middlesboro, back on the schedule after several years of absence, and we're looking forward to that matchup. September 14th, Bell County, travel to Log Mountains to the Hilton Hotel.
That's right, he's back.
September 21st is an open date. September 28th, we travel to Casey County over to Liberty, Kentucky. On October 5th, we host Taylor County Cardinals. October 12th, we host Russell County Lakers. October 19th, we travel to the new team in the district, Adair County, that's in Columbia, Kentucky. And the final home game of the year will be Wayne County, another Cardinal coming in to Campbell Field.
So a preseason schedule dotted with a couple of new teams this year. Actually 3 teams, a team we faced, of course, 2 years ago in the Pigskin Classic in Connor. But in Lexington Catholic, a power football team in AA football for years now have moved up a level. And then, of course, back as a trustee Kenny Rowark and his Middlesboro Yellow Jackets. It's good to see them back on the schedule. Chandler, as we see the captains at midfield now making the toss, we'll step out just for a second and get ready for opening kickoff.
Corbin won the toss. You notice they got the coaches out here, please?
Yeah, what they're doing now, I don't know if this is a new rule or whatever it is, but when they talk to the coaches, I know in basketball, in the season like that, they had the assistant coaches out there and on the basketball court. Now, in the football season, I see that it's the head coaches out there. So that's a new rule change, I believe, that they've instituted this year in the KHSAA, along with the captains, the head coaches. So we're about ready for 2001 to kick off. I know Corbin took on in a preseason game in scrimmage type, knocked Central last week. Looked pretty good and trying to get their legs tested again. Of course, reading in the newspaper, Coach Jewell wasn't too happy with the execution, but, you know, I mean, it's still early in the season.
Right, and the week before that, we traveled over to Morehead State and scrimmaged a tough Prestonsburg team, which about a draw, Philip. Now that was a tough game. We didn't play well the first half, and came out the second half and did really did much, much better.
Well, I know Prestonsburg is a noted AA school that we have faced here in the playoffs in years past, but they're now in that other district and in that other actually region now. And so with Prestonsburg, an early test, they're able to see them. They'll be coming out of the opposite region than what we are. So it's a possibility that we may have a chance to face them again. This time it'll be for what it all counts in the playoffs later on in November.
Phil, today in the Lexington Herald, the Herald had their top 25 teams. Corbin was ranked 21st overall in the state, right behind Lexington Catholic, which has moved up to 3A and will be our opponent next week.
You're right.
In Class 2A, they have Bardstown ranked first, Glasgow second, and Corbin third, Breathitt fourth, Prestonsburg fifth. Now, from what their YMT is saying, that Prestonsburg will be the top team in the East, so they'll have to beat out Breathitt County to do that. But
well, I know, and we've had some realignment, like you talked about, with Lexington Catholic moving up, but also here's the Red Hounds staying in AA, and the next thing, and, you know, Boyle County moving, you know, and Catholic moving, and who do you think moves up from single A? But Bardstown. Bardstown's coming in this year in the AA ranks, is one of the top power football teams, not only in AA, but in the state.
Yep, they are really getting some lofty preseason accolades, Philip, and we'll just have to wait and see if they bear it out. But they were a 10-3 team last year in single A. I don't remember what week they got beat out. It may have been week 2 or week 3. I'm just not sure. Well, 13, that would be week 3, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
13 would be week 3.
Well, you're talking about the Hounds as they take the field now for the start of the 2001 season. Last year, the Hounds were 11-3. Just a few stats to share with our listeners. They scored 452 points last year, held their opponents to 248. Pretty good statistics right there when you're talking about almost doubling your points scored and holding your teams on the defensive side.
Exactly right, Phil. As we get ready for kickoff tonight from Campbell Field in Corbin, Kentucky.
Beautiful evening here in Campbell Field Dennis Stadium in Corbin, Kentucky. As Chandler Cook has already mentioned to us, the Red Hounds will receive the football going back deep to start this new season as we'll get the numbers and pick them up again. We have a lot of new kids in some different positions this year, so we'll be picking them up, of course, in the triple threat back there this evening. In the middle, you see 83. That is Bram Hoover. And on the left side of him will be number 9, which is Jeremy Ware. And number 8 for the Red Hounds will be Brett Faulkner. Here's a kickoff, high end over end, taken by Faulkner on about his 8-yard line. He's to the right of the field, picks up the blocks. He's got a block up there. He breaks the 30 up to the 35 and down to about the 32-yard line. Good return by Brett Faulkner of about 22 yards unofficial.
We had a return right that time, Phil. Brett fielded the ball on the fly, and it looked like he about got over his head, but he pulled it down, made it to the corner, and made the cut. And that's lots of times that's hard to do from catching the ball on the right side or the left side and going all the way across the field because you got that penetration off the left side of the defensive line.
Here's the first test of the new season now, as it will be. Lining to the bottom of your screen is Ware. In the trip backfield now, Foley is your quarterback. Stephen Cook is in the backfield. Of course, he's the senior power back. Hands to the first man through, bursting through, and that is number 33, the young man, but Justin Moore. He's a sophomore fullback, a 5'11", 165-pounder.
Good job there, Justin Moore. I tell you, we know that number 22 has got a bullseye on it. Everybody's going to know where he is this year, and like I say, we've got to grow up. We've got to mature these first 5 games. And if we can get some production out of Justin Moore and also Bram Hoover,
that's right,
then it's going to take its toll on defenses.
In the wing position is Hoover. To the bottom, as you can see, dotting the I is Cook. Cook busts through, gets up to about a 7-yard gain as just an ankle tackle, as his dad's over here saying, get your feet up out of the mud, and that's exactly what he was trying to do, is get those high ankles up. I tell you what, Dad, it's just good to see 22 out there walking.
Yes, it is. He's had good rehab, had some soreness in it early season, which I think, probably scar tissue being pulled away from that plate. But I think going to get stronger as years go.
Here's Foley under center now. Dotting the I again in the wing is Hoover. That's a Cook again. He busts through. Fumble on the play. The ball's loose, and it looks like wait for the bottom of the pile. The official says Red Hounds have recovered it, and coming off the bottom of the pile, we see is the interior of one of the linemen for the Red Hounds. We'll pick that number up number 83 as a tight end, actually the wingback, Bram Hoover.
All right, we got to get after it here. That was 2nd down 5. We picked up maybe 1 yard, and they knocked the ball loose.
Okay, it's third.
Billy Kane is out there.
So Kane has come back after rehab himself. He was hurt. And the misdirection. Foley's back to throw now. Has a man wide open. And Hoover's up to the 30. Cuts back and down to about the 29-yard line, as that's where the Red Hounds has picked up their second first down of this drive.
All clear. No flags on that play. Good pass play. We looked deep first. Foley looked deep first. I mean, he could have thrown it deep, but Hoover was open for about a 12-yard gain.
He was, and something I noticed right there, he had plenty of protection, and that's one thing that Foley is really counting on this year is that experienced offensive line to give him all the protection he needs. Again, it is now Moore at the fullback, Cook at the tailback, keeps it. Foley does around the right side, pitches it up to Hoover. Hoover fumbles it now on the play, and it looks like Connor may have got this one. Foley kept it to the last moment, Chandler.
Phil, we shouldn't have pitched that. We should have just kept it. They tried to pitch it last minute. It was down at the shoe tops of Bram Hoover. He did pick it up and run with it, but I don't think he actually got it in his arm where he could cradle it.
So the Red Hounds have turned the ball over on the fumble. It'll be Connor's turn now to take over 1st and 10. Ball resting on their own 26-yard line. Picking up the quarterback now for the Connor team will be number 8. That's Huffman, Trey Huffman. That's the junior quarterback, 6'1", 195 pounds. He's back to runs the option, also cuts back and staying in reading pretty well. Staying at home is number 52 for the Red Hounds on the stop that time.
Phil, looks like it came out on option that time, just straight option. We linebackers over pursued that time because he cut it up in the hole. We going past the hole.
Marlowe from his defensive tackle position is able to stand in there and make the stop.
Okay, 2nd down and 7.
Man in motion to bomb your screen. Trey now pitches back to the tailback, 22, reading out there. Moore unable to get it. Foley is left with single man, knocked out of bounds. And that's where Connor now will go on 1st and 10 as they have made a first down up to the 48-yard line of Connor.
Okay, we had the play made in the backfield by Justin Moore, but you got to wrap up. You can't do that arm tackling.
Moore, of course, is one of the young sophomores. He's a 5'11", 165-pounder. As the season goes along, we will be talking about these players, identifying them a little bit better. At the nose right now is big 62 Matt Williams, having to go both sides of the ball this evening. At one defensive tackle also is Derek Marlowe. And at the other side, we'll pick that number up as quickly as possible. Stradley's on the upper side. Man in motion now to the top. Trey hands it off again to the off tackle play coming through. Fumble on the play. Red Hounds may have got it back. Yes, they do. Red Hounds have stripped the ball, takes it over. So the new stuff the Red Hounds are going through right now is paid off as that time they get the ball back.
First down, Corbin Red Hounds on the Connor 47-yard line. Still in the first quarter, 8:32 left when the clock starts. Foley on to quarterback. He'll bring the Hounds to the line of scrimmage.
Foley now takes over 1st and 10 after the turnover. Ball
tight. Wishbone formation. 2 tight ends.
Double tight end now. Back to throw is Foley.
He did. Okay. I think they'd seen that on film.
They did. It's big pursuit coming up through there. It's big number 78 for Connor on the stop that time. And he happens to be Featherstone. He's 6 foot, 200-pound junior. Connor is a big football team.
Yes, they are. I looked at the scouting report today. I didn't think they had anybody under 6 feet tall.
Yeah, they're a big football team, and Red Hound's going to be tested early in the season. Foley now off the loss of about 7 yards on the play. It'd be 2nd down and 17. The ball on the Red Hounds' own 47-yard line. Pitch, quick side pitch to Cook. Cook busts around across midfield up to about the 42-yard line. They're saying no, he went out of bounds about the 44.
About a 9-yard gain. It's going to bring up third.
Should bring up now about 3rd and 6 on the carry. 3rd and, well, no, you keep moving now. They've moved that ball.
3rd and 5.
There you go. It's 7:48 to go here in the new season 2001. We're at Campbell Field, the first game of the season. It's Connor and the Red Hounds. Foley now looks over the defensive Connor. Puts Hoover in motion to the top.
Block. There it is.
Floats it out to his tight end, number 81, coming across. Jimmy Hendrickson, wide open on the drag pattern. Led his man clear and was perfectly wide open.
Yeah, Foley stepped up in the pocket that time because he had outside pressure. And the time before that, when Cook got off about the 9-yard run, Phil, they run from an unbalanced line. And at that time, I didn't think Connor adjusted over to the strong side.
We've got the official, Mr. Charles Kirk, calling officials timeout, trying to get something straightened out. He cranks the clock back up at 7:40 to go here in the first period. 0-0. Red Hounds looking for pay dirt early in the first period. This is their second possession after fumbling their first, then getting the ball back on the Connor fumble.
Formation right here. Is that a split pig?
Split pig's what it was to Cook on the right side.
He
busts out.
Outside.
He's got one man to beat.
It's to the post.
It's touchdown, Red Hounds.
All right,
at the 7:13 mark, Stephen Cook goes 27 yards out for the touchdown. And Cook has not looked like he's missed a beat from the time he went down in the Louisville Moore game to the Connor game of 2001, as he goes 27 yards for pay dirt. It's 7:13 now. The new PAT man in for this season will be number 65, Eric Dixon. He's a sophomore, 203 pounds, all 5'10" of him. The holder will be Foley. The ball's down, the kick's up. Looks like through the uprights, and it is. So at 7:13, it's a Red Hound 7, Connor 0. After Stephen Cook, 27-yard touchdown run. The PAT is good. It's 7:13. Chandler, you got an interesting stat from last year's season.
Yes, sir, Phil. Last year we outscored our opponents 109-35 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, 114-74. So it shows that we were ahead most games at halftime.
Yes, we were, and that has a big play in on this really young football team this year. As far as inexperience goes, after losing quite a few of those seniors. We'll be talking again, of course, more about that as the season goes on. It will be B.J. Foley kicking off, and back deep for Connor will be their twin return men. It's a short end over end taken up by the up man on about the 12-yard line. And down to about the Connor 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Tackle was by number 33, Justin Moore.
Again, the young sophomore getting his baptismal under fire in varsity play.
Yeah, the kick was fielded about the 15-yard line and returned to the 29. So I'm not sure if Dixon's going to kick off. I see, now that Foley's done it. But it'd be nice to get the ball a little deeper and, make them start closer to the 20.
You're right.
To the 30.
You're right. Huffman's in there again. This is the second series now in the first period of play for Connor. After the fumble, he stays in the shotgun position. He's got the twin backs for protection. Floats it out to the outside, and I tell you what, 33 and number 10 for the Red Hounds, which is Moore and Ian Hall. Those are going to two young Red Hounds out there, inexperienced, but they're having to grow up quick. Of course, we talked about Moore, who happens to be a sophomore, but Ian Hall is a senior. He's 5'10", and he's back. He did not play last year, I don't believe.
He's been out 2 years, I believe.
Out 2 years, so his freshman year was the last playing time he really saw. Trey's back to throw again. Huffman floats one out to the middle, and there's the stop is big Bram Hoover from his linebacker position and put the lick on him for only of about a 3-yard gain.
Well, that's a good one. That's a tough move right there. Bram closed on him real well, locked up, put him on his back for about a 3 or 4 yard gain, Phil. That's pretty good coverage that time.
Something you got to look at too here, Chandler, is Bram Hoover. is Hoover's usually a corner or he's a safety, having to play the outside linebacker's position. Now his speed, he has gotten bigger in the offseason, will really help him out a lot there.
Certainly will. I just hate having to play those two inside, Cook and Hoover both.
Huffman once again throws it out, and it's complete. Intended and received by Bruce Warner. He's a junior 5'9", 160-pound receiver, and really Huffman floated the ball out there. It wasn't really a tight spiral, and really could have been picked off if the reaction time of the corner had been quicker.
Well, we're inexperienced on the corners, Phil. There's no two ways about it. On the other corner, we got 88 Jesse Knuckles. Watched both these boys against Prestonsburg and against Knox Central. Knox Central didn't throw the ball that much, but Prestonsburg did, and it really hurt us. So they're going to have to grow up early.
It's okay. They're Red Hounds. They got the gray helmet on. They'll grow up. Around the outside now, that's Faulkner trying to run him down. That's 22, breaking the tackle across midfield, carrying the ball for Connor. As Reedon, he's a junior. You know what? Looking at the Connor football team, they're a young football team dotted with a lot of juniors.
Preseason, Phil, all we heard was, they had 22 or 23 seniors, but if you look at this roster, you really can't tell that many. So we don't know, the information we were getting initially was, erroneous. They do look young.
Oh, they look real young. I mean, I've called now 2-3 different players, and every one of them's been a junior. I haven't called a senior's name yet. Now they go into the I formation with a wing back to the left. Huffman is running the bootleg here to the bottom of your screen. And meeting there is number 57 for the Red Hounds is Levi Skeen.
He was cut in. Marlowe cut him in that time, and Levi Skeen finished him off.
Look at Huffman's size right here. He's 6'1", 195 pounds, which now brings up a third and very short of about a foot and a half.
Well, so far, Phil, where they've hurt us has been out of shotgun.
Yeah, it has. Our reaction on our defensive ends and corners coming up closing. Those young men will get it together. Again, this is just the first quarter of the 2001 season with a lot of football ahead of them.
I formation. Sneak. He's got it.
Huffman did. Off tackle. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't need but about a foot and a half. You stick it in your quarterback with one exchange, and you go 3 yards.
That's right. So, got a shot in the A-gap that time, made 3 yards and the first down. So, defense has got to step up right here. They're putting a little drive on us. You just got to answer the call.
It's 1st down and 10 now for Connor with 4 minutes to go here in the first period of play. They're in Red Hound territory, for the first time this season. On the 40-yard line of the Red Hounds is Huffman. Sends his wing back in motion to the top of your screen. Pitch back out here to the 22. That's Reedon. Reedon is met after a gain of about 4 yards we'll give him. So it'll bring up now 2nd down and 6. Clock continues to run inside the 4-minute mark. Red Hounds are on top here early part of the season, early part of the first game. It's 7-0 after a Stephen Cook 27-yard TD run. Connor came and really was set up by the Connor fumble. Of course, Connor now is taking the kickoff now, driving the ball pretty well, like you said, really running that around the outside of the Red Hounds, testing those young defensive ends and corners.
Come on, guys. Bootleg again.
Up and down, we'll look downfield. He'll keep the football. As he takes off, coming up will be Faulkner, pushing him out of bounds as he goes deep into Red Hound territory on about the 12-yard line. And when he made the end, I was looking up, and the only one that really had a shot at him was Levi Skeen from the inside position as a defensive lineman, and really did not have the speed to catch up with him. So it's timeout now on the field, Red Hounds, and we'll step out just for one moment to take this brief timeout. It's 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the first period of play. Trey Huffman has his Connor football team deep in the Red Hound territory. 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line now. Power or the I formation, straight drop back. Huffman looks, floats it up to the end zone, and touchdown. That time is completed to number 20 of Connor. Just really lofted it over his head is Cody Wolf.
Philip, it looked like Ian Hall had pretty good coverage on him that time. But the look for the ball, when the receiver looks, defender looks, we were just late getting that done.
So the Connor has struck pay dirt now at the 2:57 mark. Their PAT man is number 12 as he approaches the football. That's Adam Ginn, a 6-foot junior, 170-pounder. Waiting on the snap, the placement, the ball's down, and it is no good. So the Red Hounds will retain the lead at 7-6. And we'll step out just for one moment for our kickoff after this touchdown. For the Red Hounds will be number 83, Bram Hoover. That's Faulkner. And also number 9, that's Jeremy Ware. Opposite sides of him, waiting on the kickoff. It's high end over end, taken by Hoover on about his own 5-yard line to the 10, 15, 20. The wall is set up. He breaks a tackle, comes across field. He breaks another good inside-out move. Hoover is on the run up to the 40-yard line of Connor. Excellent return. Bram Hoover from his own 5-yard line to the Connor 42-yard line.
Good return. Had a right return on again that time. We made the corner, made the cut. Then he cut back against the grain field, come back across the field toward us, and it was smooth sailing right there. Just a safety man.
That's right, and that's why he's there. And what you do, if you cut it back across the field where the pursuit has overrun you, there's nothing but green grass in front of you, and that's exactly why they have that safety man back there. It's 1st and 10 now, ball resting on Connor's 41-yard line, 2:44 to go here in the first period of play. Foley looks over, checks off at the line of scrimmage. This time he puts more in move. Yes, he does. Hands it off to Cook. Cook straight up the middle, across the 40, down to about the 37-yard line.
Bill, you got to think that may be trying to set up maybe a quick pitch, because we had them outnumbered to the outside when the man in motion went. We had them 3-on-2 on the outside.
We did. The backer did not make the adjustment, the outside backer.
Yeah, and the one that covered the wing man, or the slot man, he was late getting out there. They were telling him to get out there, get out there.
And that's what they were trying to do. That is the offensive coordinator for the Red Hounds again this year is
Willard Ferris.
You've got it, and he's a chess man. There's movement. Run the outside interior alignment of the Red Hounds is caught moving. So that is a procedure play. That'll mark them back 5 yards. So that is the first penalty of the game charged against the Red Hounds. 5 yards procedure. Brings up now 2nd down and 12. It's about 12 yards to go.
And let's see, substitution is 30 is Justin Barton, I believe.
He's a sophomore at 5'9", 125-pounder.
Justin will hit you, though.
Yes, he will. I had him in 5th grade, too. It's Foley now staying in the shotgun. He puts Cook in motion to the top of your screen. That's Trips now. Throws it out on the screen to Hoover. Hoover, that's a pretty good-looking screen play right there to Bram Hoover as he crosses up to about the 31.
Okay, notice that time we had 2 double wides. And when we set the man in motion from the near side to the far side field, the linebacker that was lined up on the slot man to the near side, who went in motion, Stephen Cook, his man stayed on him. Okay, that put him in man-to-man coverage. So I'm sure that's something Willard Ferris is looking at, and Coach Clark Teague up in the Crow's Nest will be talking about, is how they got into that man-to-man coverage, because that's what you like to get.
Backfield now is Foley as he's under center. Barks out the signals. Hard is the center this year. Quick pitch out here to Cook. Cook can get the end right here. Cuts it back up. Gets the first down. Downed inside the 30-yard line to about the 26. It's 1st and 10 Red Hounds. And you could see that on your screen that time. And once Stephen Cook hit the outside, his speed, his acceleration, that foot don't look like it's hurting him that much.
Well, Phil, notice too, Billy Kane hooked his man. Okay, he hooked his man. Bram Hoover had a good hold block on, not a hold block, but a good block on the linebacker, 5 yards downfield, allowed Stephen to make the cut and get the first down.
If not for those linemen and those outside guys blocking, the tailbacks have no hope whatsoever. So it's a team effort. Cook this time cuts back. He's on the run, and he's going to be down, tripped up inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. A quick hitter once again, and you could see all red jerseys down the field blocking.
You sure could. Connor looked a little tired on that play.
I'll tell you what, the reason why, because Derek Marlowe had his man absolutely pancaked about 6 yards down the field. We've got a timeout, and we'll step out for this timeout. Redhound 7, Connor 6, as we're going to step out as the first quarter draws to clear. We'll be back with all your action in just a few moments. And it's the start of the second period of play. It's the Redhounds 7, Connor 6. After the Redhounds on the execution of the offensive line has opened up some huge holes. Splitting now to the bottom of your screen will be number 9 for the Redhounds. That happens to be Jeremy Ware. Trip formation in the backfield now. It's a mix-up in the play, and Foley, that time, I don't know really what happened, whether it was the timing or whether we had backs going the wrong way.
They had a stun on. They shot the A-gap, and linebacker gave it away a little bit, and I'm surprised that B.J. maybe didn't check off, but the linebacker did shoot the A-gap, and that's what caused the whole problem.
Well, he disrupted the entire play that time. So a loss of about 2 yards. They're bringing up now 2nd and 12, ball resting on the Connor 16-yard line. It's 11 minutes and 27 seconds here in the second period. Redhound 7, Connor 6. Foley under center now, double tight. Back to throw, has a man wide open in the flat, and that's Hoover, gets across about to the 5-yard line. He had a man wide open. I couldn't pick the number up, curling across the back of the end zone.
Well, it looked like Ware went down the sideline. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yes,
Jeremy Ware, number 9?
Yes.
He looked like he was open early on. Now, we'd had to throw it real early before Bram got in that spot he was in.
So the sure-handed Bram Hoover has it down now inside close to the 6-yard line. It'll bring up now 3rd down and about 3 yards. Knocking on Connor's door now is the Redhounds. Ware is to the bottom of your screen in the wishbone look. That's the power eye look, excuse me. That is Justin Moore, the fullback in that position that time. Busted up the middle, and it looks like he is. In for a, was it Bram? Correction, that was 83, Bram Hoover on the carry that time. 1st down, Redhounds.
Well, I tell you, he jumped. That was just right off the 2-hole right there, wasn't it, Phillip?
It was quick right off the 2-hole, because that's why I thought it might have been more. Redden was on the stop for Connor. So now we're knocking on the door, 1st and 10, or 1st and go, on the 2-yard line. Formation now is in the backfield, Moore, Hoover, Cook, dots the power I formation. Foley's under center, fumbles the ball again, keeps it though, and is going to take a loss on the play. Didn't look like really he had a good handle coming out from center that time. His new center this year is Tyler Hart, I believe.
We looked like we got stuffed in the middle, and it pushed everything back. The penetration is the worst thing for an option, and it looked like we were coming maybe to run the option. That's the worst thing for an option team is penetration by the defense.
Exactly right, and the first thing you want to do is get them backers in that A gap, and that can really mess it up quickly. Okay, this time Ware will be to the top of your screen. It is Moore and Cook, quick pitch. Stephen Cook trying to turn it inside, and he's not going to get there. He's going to be close, though, to about the 1-yard line. So now it's 3rd and go, and who is slow getting up? We've got a Redhound down on the far side as the training crew of Kim Clary comes out and checks on it. So we'll step out just for a second, and we'll get back to you just in one moment, please. Billy Kane just coming back from the rehabilitation as a young man slowly getting off the field now under the direction of Kim Clary. It's 3rd and goal just on inside, really, on the 1-yard line. Redhounds now have 2 plays to get 1 yard.
I'd try crossbuck right here.
It's a wishbone look, double tied in. Power formation, Redhounds. Foley under center. Like he may be checking off. He hands it to Hoover. Hoover is going to be touchdown, Redhounds. At the 8:51 mark, Hoover curled himself underneath the big line and really actually fell into the end zone. So at 13-6 at the 8:51 mark, Hoover goes in from 1 yard out.
Phil, that was a good play that time. He also had lead blocking by Justin Moore, the fullback, and Stephen Cook, the left halfback.
As we have our sure-handed Randy Worley sitting to the left of me, along with his spotter Kelly Farris again with statistics, and we'll get those to you as we go along. Again, the PAT chores this year are done by Eric Dixon. And it's good. So at 8:51, it's the Red Hounds 14, Connor 6 will step out with their kickoff in just one moment.
Back for the kickoff. Corbin leads 14-6 with 8:51 left in the second quarter. Some first quarter stats. Time of possession, Corbin 6:51, Connor 5:09. Rushing, Corbin 18 carries for 136 yards. That's total offense. And total offense 12 for 92 yards for Connor.
Foley on the kickoff now, kicks it high, end over end. It's going to be a short, and it will go out of bounds. So Connor will have the possession up to their own 35-yard line if they want it. I'm sure they will. Or will they kick it again?
Three choices. Make them kick it again, the 35, or where it went out of bounds.
Official over here must have already heard from the head coach. He says, kick it again. So Foley will have to re-tee it. Mark it back, though, a 5-yard penalty, I believe.
Well, I'll tell you what, something sneaky right here would be kick onside kick.
You got it.
Because I guarantee you, as soon as he puts his foot on that ball, the 5 front linemen are retreating. Let's watch and see.
It's at the 35-yard line. It's where he'll, after the 5-yard penalty. Well, he looks to the sideline. I don't know if we're ready to gamble yet on
that. Okay. First downs, Corbin had 7 in the first quarter. Connor had 5. Passing yards, 45 for Corbin and 34 for Connor. Foley set the kickoff from the 35 after the procedure penalty. It goes again toward
the
that.
outside, and this time it's taken by the Connor back to the bottom of your screen. He's coming, and good field that time by 44.
Anthony Mullins, number 44.
Anthony Mullins did an excellent field job that time. He absolutely took the blocker on and peeled him back into the ball carrier, and actually he took 2 guys on, the ball carrier and the blocker.
I tell you, that's what you like to see on that kickoff team. Somebody take command and make the big hit. If you remember last year in the Bell High game, initial kickoff, Hank Simon just nails the ball carrier, and it was actually a fumble.
Yes.
It was actually a fumble, but they called the ball dead.
Right. And, you know, that's exactly your special teams are the ones can really set tone real quick if you're not careful. Okay, it's Huffman now under center. He has the big eye back, and he's going to keep the ball in the option. And it's read perfectly that time. Coming through, Matt Williams stayed at home from his defensive tackle position and did a heck of a job of taking the blocker on and stuffing the ball carrier.
Good job that time. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd down and 12. It looked like it was running straight option that time, Phil.
We see 74 in there now, Chaz Stradley from his defensive tackle position. He is a young sophomore. Good-looking sophomore, though, this young man is. A little stats on Chaz. He is 6'4", 235 pounds. That sophomore is getting his varsity start this year. Huffman now is going to run the boot, and he's got that time Stradley had him, and it's incomplete. Stradley, though, really was the one that put him on the move and actually put him a little off throwing the football.
Well, he got the corner turn. Huffman got to the corner turn, but he didn't get his shoulders parallel line of scrimmage. He tried to throw back across the field and threw behind his receiver. We had pretty good pressure on him that time. We had 3 guys closing on him.
Excellent pressure, and Stradley was the first man to get him. He busted the tackle on that, though, but he did slow him up enough, and the ball fluttered on him trying to throw back against his body. It's 7 minutes and 57 seconds. Clock has stopped due to the incomplete pass. 14-6. 3rd and 12. Ball on Connors 18. Little hesitation right now. They don't know where they want to go. So, yeah, okay. Now he's set up to the bottom of your screen. The wide out is. Huffman now is going straight back. Yes, it is. Short side. Throws one out, and it is knocked down incomplete by the senior free safety, B.J. Foley. You know, normally you don't want your senior starting quarterback to be playing free safety, but on the football field at free safety, he's kind of like a quarterback back there, isn't he? He sees the whole play.
He sure is. And Phil, you're right. You don't like to see your quarterback having to play defense on both sides of the ball, but let's put it this way. You want to put your 11 best players on the field.
After this play, we'll be stepping out to change tape, so bear with us. It's 7:50 to go here in the second period of play. 14-6, 4th and 12. First punting time for Connor this evening. Snap is low. It's a line drive. Hoover will have a chance to pick it up if he does, and he's going to let it roll out of bounds. And so that's where the Red Hounds will take over. We'll step out just a moment, change tapes. It's 7:42 now. The Red Hounds had stopped Connor deep in their own territory, forcing them to punt for the first time this game. It comes now with the Red Hounds in the wing position is Hoover. Dotting the I will be Cook. Fullback is Moore. And that time Foley they were running a little misdirection, it looked like. And I tell you what, filling the hole that time for Connor all the way was big number 70. Isminger is 6'2", 220-pound, another junior.
Billy gave it away early. I mean, he gave the blitz away early. I called it. But, he gave it away early, and we should, our lineman's got to pick that up on this side.
So after...
We're going to run the option that time.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's second down now and 15, a loss of 5 on the play. Passing down possibly, yes it is, because Foley will be in the shotgun position. The bottom of your screen is Hoover, to the top is Ware. He sends now Cook in motion, and too much time. Oh, no. Motion is coming from the line judge. Procedure, yeah. I was trying to watch Cook that time on the motion play. Not a man moved that time.
Oh, we're in zone coverage all the way that time.
And it looked like we had, when Cook came in, the corner that was up on Hoover over here stayed with him, but the backer, the free safety, actually never left the center of the field. The backer stayed inside.
Okay, Corbin out in the shotgun this time with Moore and Cook deep. Cook goes in motion.
Interception now by Connor down the sideline. The clip on the play that time. There's the flags. That'll mark him back 15 yards. So Connor will take possession on the interception, but they'll be 15 yards back from where they got the ball. That time looked like Hoover felt the pressure of Foley and may have been trying to peel back to help him. And Foley really put air underneath the football.
He did. Bram broke the pattern off, and I think, BJ was looking for him to go long. Bram broke it off short, maybe like you said, because he thought BJ was coming to the outside to make the turn.
So the second miscue this evening, the fumble in the first period, the interception at 6:25 in the second period now has given Connor possession of the football once again on their own 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 now, as Trey Huffman gets his signals from the offensive coordinator on Connor's sideline. Goes in now. It's 14-6 Red Hounds at 6:25 in the second period of play. Connor now has a wide out to the top, a wingman to the bottom. They've got a tight end on a little bit further shift outside than normal. Hands it to the tailback. Red Hounds standing there. Cook is on the first initial lick for the Red Hounds, and Stradley cleaning it up.
Matt Williams turned him in. Stephen Cook finished him off that time, Phil. Looked like they came back to the short side of the field for a pickup of 3, 2nd down 7 for the Cougars.
Clock is rolling here. It's 6 minutes to go in the second period of play. I tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with our camera young lady, Katie Aikens. She's staying right on top of the ball, ain't she?
Yes, she is.
This is her debut, and we want to take our hats off to her. It's Huffman now under center with the eye back in there. Big number 22, Redden. He dots that eye. And Huffman keeps it now. He's going to throw the ball out to the flat, and it's completed there. And he's off to the races as he's breaking 2 tackles. He's at the 20, at the 15, and going in really untouched is number 6, Bruce Warner. And it looked like he was going to be stopped on about the Red Hounds' 40-yard line. He broke that tackle, and there was no one else to catch him.
We had 2 guys around him when he caught the pass. We had one man miss the tackle on the sideline. And then he just cut up, and they had us outnumbered.
That is about a 64-yard touchdown catch and run by Warner. So it's now 5:27. Connor has struck pay dirt on the Red Hounds' miscue. 14-12. Will they go for 2? Huffman gets his signals. And now they've changed that, and they're going to go for 2 to tie this thing up at 5:27. So the 2-point conversion. Ball's resting on the 3-yard line. Huffman's under center, has the field route pretty much spread out with them wide splits. Huffman will keep it up inside, and Cook stops him for no gain. So Stephen Cook from his linebacker's position, it stops him at 5:27 on the 2-point conversion. It's the Red Hounds 14, Connor 12. We'll be back with your kickoff in 1 minute. So after the 64-yard touchdown pass, catch, and run by Ware, and the 2-point conversion failed, it's Red Hounds 14, Connor 12.
Philip, let's see if we go return left this time since we're going toward the west end or the scoreboard end of the field.
Okay, that is Hoover in the middle, along with, of course, Faulkner, and again, Ware. Faulkner now has it on his own 10, 15, 20. He's got a line. He's off to the races. He can break one. He could go. And we've got, all we lacked was one more block, it looked like, on that side. And I tell you, Brett Faulkner showed some speed.
Well, we also had a good wall over there, Philip, and he did show good speed in getting around that corner, getting up the sideline. Again, who's making a tackle? The safety man.
That's right. That's who the man you want. Tell you what, Brett Faulkner is a senior, 6'1", 160, and he really started coming along in the playoffs last year when we really started seeing Brett Faulkner.
Yes, he did. Played well from, came in for Stephen in the Moore game and then continued to improve, the remainder of the playoff games.
Foley now. And they ready that time. Cook is around the end. He takes a one route. He's up to the 40. He's up to the races and down inside the 30 of Connor to about the 29-yard line. As Stephen Cook showed that time, that foot is really, he's willing to take the lick on, and really, I'm seeing no after effects right now.
Well, he can get stronger. He can get stronger. I don't feel like he's run 100% right now, Philip, but he's getting there.
Well,
I mean, it's just too difficult to come back from the injury like that within what we got 7, 8, 9 months.
9 months, and I'm talking about Stephen, but Brett Faulkner's gotten stronger and faster in the offseason too, just like a lot of these young men have. Foley looks over now. He brings his tight end. He calls timeout. So with this timeout, we'll also step out. We'll be back at 4:46 in the second period. 1 moment. 4:46, second period of play. 1st and 10, ball on the Connor 29-yard line. Red Hounds are on a roll again. Power I formation. Dotting that I is Cook with Moore and Hoover, the upbacks. I really don't know what happened that time, as Connor gets the fumble. Third miscue, this time between the center and Foley. And I don't know whether, I really don't know what happened. So, it's 1st and 10 now after the third miscue. Of course, you're going to have those early in the season, but you got to get rid of those quick against a team like Connor.
Well, we're reading the blitz, but gosh, we're getting jumpy up there and making the, snapping the ball before it's called for.
We've got an occurrence happening right now. We'll keep it here. We've got Trey Huffman, the starting quarterback for Connor, sitting here on the sidelines, and he's one sick young man. So replacing him will be a sophomore in Dustin Levy. And I tell you, he's 6 foot and 180 pounds listed, but he's a sophomore. Huffman's, pretty much impressed me a little bit in running and throwing the football. So, that's a big loss right now. And as I can see him sitting on the sidelines, the training crew's with him. They're trying to put some ice on the back of his neck. And a sign that don't look too good is when they bring the garbage can close to him.
Yeah, you're right, Phil. I'll tell you, Philip, we got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot right here. I mean, we turned over one fumble. We've had an interception. Then we turned over this fumble on miscue, at the snap. And I got to say, I don't think BJ had hold of the ball because he backed out.
Yes, he did. It's 4:41 to go in the second period. Red Hounds still are on top after the blocked PAT and the stop on the point after on the 2-point conversion. This is what Red Hounds are ahead right now, 2 points. So the new young man for Connor steps in at Levy. Levy now will be calling out the plays. He's back to throw right off the bat, throws it out to the flat, and There's a hold right there on the Red Hounds as number 10 is caught with his hands all over the back, and that is Ian Hall.
That didn't look like much holding to me, because when the end came off the line of scrimmage, he pushed off. Of course, he did it before the ball was in the air, apparently. But once he made his cut now, I saw hands out there, but I didn't see anybody holding. Of course, we don't have the best angle for that right here, Phil.
And right now, the defense of the Red Hounds are really challenging the call by that line judge. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty as the ball will be moved up to now the Connor 44-yard line now. It's 4:37. The clock has stopped of the incomplete pass. So actually they didn't call holding, they called pass interference. So it's a 15-yard penalty. It's 4:37, 14 Red Hounds, 12 Connor. Chaz Stradley, Matt Williams are in that interior line. Levi Skeens, the defensive end. Quick pitch out here to the tailback, cutting back across the grain. And Brett Faulkner has a chance to run him down. And Faulkner does not make the stop as he crosses into Red Hound territory for the first down. As making the stop that time was the Red Hounds defensive back coming up on the stop. Looked like the Red Hounds had 2 or 3 shots at him for a loss and just ran through.
Well, he made a tremendous cut right there, because he was caught at the line of scrimmage, going parallel, and he made a cut and shot up the field, got him a first down.
So the young man in replacing Huffman now at quarterback, Levy, is doing a good job right now. It's 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. The clock's rolling. It's under 4 minutes now to go in the second period of play. Levy now hangs off to the I-back, spinning and making a move. And I tell you, running good right now is number 22. And I tell you what, Kyle Reading has done an excellent job of running the football for Connor.
Yes, he has. Chaz Stradley, the number 74, the sophomore, he got him a lick on his head there about the line of scrimmage, Phillip, but didn't wrap up. And then the back spun off him like all backs are supposed to do.
So the young sophomore defensive tackle there is 74, Chaz Stradley. All 6'4", 235 pounds of him. He can go toe-to-toe with Reading. He just needs to lock up. Levy back now keeps the ball, and this time it's stuffed after about maybe a gain of 1, possibly. There's Stradley, along with 22 Cook, and along with Williams.
Good job that time defensively. Tried to run the option to the near side, and to me, he didn't attack it. He pulled back. The quarterback pulled back and didn't have time to attack. Allowed penetration to come in. Again, penetration against the option is the worst thing.
And that's not Huffman now, the junior, I'm sure, that's been out there getting a whole lot more reps than Levy has in with the varsity team, and so you could tell on that right then. Here we go. It's third down and 5 on the Red Hounds 37-yard line. After the fumble, Connor is on a roll. Back to throw now, and Cook has him. It's incomplete as Stephen Cook that time come flying in to really have Levy just throw the ball up for grabs, seriously.
Shades of number 32 from last year, John the Diesel Sizemore.
Yes, it is.
Jumping up the middle.
Diesel's now wearing the blue and gold of Morehead State. He's a War Eagle, an Eagle at Morehead State now as a young freshman playing for Matt Ballard. It's good to see that young man furthering his education and his football career. It's 4th down and 5. Connor will keep the football. Levy is the quarterback. Looks like we might have had some movement right here. Back to throw, incomplete. The lineman can't touch it. And that time Brett Faulkner pinned his ears and took care of Levy and absolutely cleaned his clock. That right there was a big play right there by Faulkner because he stuck him in the chest. It's 2:27 now. What we need to do, we're going to have to kick the ball off to start the second half. We need to put some points or get some momentum going into halftime.
You're right, but let's not give up. Let's not give totally to the pass right here. Let's establish the run, move the ball downfield. Got 2:27 left, 1 timeout.
Plenty of time to move the football and the Red Hounds' persistency. Foley now gets his play from offensive coordinator Willie Ferris.
Lots of blitzing right here because they're going to try to pin you back deep in your territory.
Foley now gets the snap. Quick pitch to Cook. Cook around the outside. There's a flag. That's probably a hold. Usually where that flag comes from right there by the referee on the interior of the line on the outside, usually it'll be a hold right there. So we'll wait. As it is, Charles Kirk says the Red Hound was caught holding. That'll mark them back, so that gain is for naught.
Phil, put the gun away. Quit shooting yourself in the foot.
Right now the Red Hounds have had 2 fumbles and an interception. This time they're penalized 10 yards for holding, so it'll bring it now 1st and 20, deep in their own territory on their own 27-yard line. It's 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the second period of play. Hounds still retain the lead, a slim one, 14-12. Foley now looks over the corner. It's that double pig formation. The eye back is Stephen Cook. In other words, the 2 halfbacks are scooted right up in the B gaps of the offensive line. Hands it off to Cook. Cook cuts back and just at the last moment was tripped as he is able to get about 5 yards on the carry. We'll bring up now 2nd down and 15.
Phil, with 2:07 left and the clock ticking here, you got to think we're going to sneak something off here in a minute, but I know we don't want to show too much and, get anything out for next week. But controlling the ball. Seriously, we've only had a couple of breakdowns defensively that has put 12 points on the board, and they've got both of those 12 touchdowns on miscues of the Red Hounds. Now, do they realize with this formation, Jimmy is ineligible unless he steps back? He's on the line of scrimmage. Okay, the only man eligible is Ware right here.
That's right. The number 9, Ware, is the only one because Hendrickson is up on the line of scrimmage. He's really just an extended tight end, not eligible at all.
Comes the blitz.
Motion comes with Moore. Here's the blitz, and not going much place anywhere. There's a flag. We got a face mask. We got a 15-yard face mask as Hoover comes up off the ball, kind of holding that, and that is a face mask. There's 15 yards, personal foul, face mask charged against Connor. Mark off 15 yards, 1st down.
It'll be close.
It's 2nd and 15 by the clock, so it should be close.
Still have to have a measure.
Correct.
That's not an automatic 1st down.
That's correct. And no, it will not be a 1st down by the way they're placing the ball.
Okay. No, it's not. It's not automatic 1st down.
It should bring up now 2nd down, though. Repeat the down. It should be 2nd down and short. Yes, it will. 3rd be 2nd down. Should be 2nd down. There we go. It should be 2nd. There it is. Okay, 2nd down. Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, you have to repeat the down, or you're penalizing yourself. So 2nd and short.
Look in the box. Look in the box. Come on, we got to check off. We got to check off quick.
Foley will keep it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down. So again, the blitz and the showing of blitz is really kind of getting the offensive line out of kilter.
What we got to check off right here, but we've got some young people, some new people in different positions that are going to have to learn to pick up on that. But you think, okay, we check off right here. Might go to screen pass to the outside. Might go to, check off the quick pitch. And this looks like quick pitch right here.
Here comes the blitz again. And Cook has a big Matt Williams in front of him. The block is downfield. He has the 1st down across midfield into Connor territory. Clock is stopped at 37 seconds to move the chains. So it's inside Connor territory now on about the 44-yard line, and that's where the Red Hounds will have it 1st and 10 at 37 seconds in the 2nd period.
Did we call our last timeout?
No, we haven't. We still got one left.
Got one left. Okay, from the gun now.
Foley has more to the left of him. Double slots, double wideouts. High snap. Foley pulls it down, looks downfield, and is not going to throw the football. That's right. Let the clock roll here. Let's go in, regroup at halftime. No. Now we're going to call our last timeout with 21 seconds. So here we go. No problem on this. It'll be 2nd down and long, as now they have called their last timeout of the 1st half, as Coach Farris now will be talking with the official about something. But he's using part of this to talk to the official. Did you see this?
Yeah, I see him. He's working Charlie on something. I don't know what it is. Maybe thought somebody got held over there on the sideline. But right there, senior ate it. Didn't try to throw it away. Didn't try to throw it into a crowd. Saw everybody was covered. But, one thing about it, our receivers are going to have to be getting open now. We run. Apparently, we're not running crisp enough patterns to get open because they're in the zone defense. They should be open somewhere. Right.
They're in zone defenses, you're going to have a hole. And what you got to do, the primary receiver, usually, your third or fourth option on the backside is the man that should be open. He should settle down in that zone somewhere on the backside.
And you notice one of the first plays that we completed was a drag pattern.
Yes.
That kind of delay and drag across. Now, if you got backers shooting, man, that'll eat it up.
It's 21 seconds, 2nd and 20 on after the big loss it's on the Red Hounds 44-yard line. Hounds are on top, 14-12. Foley, quick pitch to Cook. Cook is going to keep the ball. Throws it out here to Hoover. Hoover banks and gets inside Connor territory. There's a flag in the backfield of the Red Hounds, and we've got to look what Charles Kirk has called now. Personal foul against the Red Hounds. So the holding penalty will again mark the Red Hounds back from the point of infraction. So good play that time by the Red Hounds in setting up the deceiving play. Looked like Cook was going to keep it on the quick pitch. Pulls up, decent arm by the young man, but they'll mark it back 10 yards from the point of infraction. And it'll bring up now 2nd down again and about 31. So at 12 seconds to go, Hounds on top 14-12. Foley now really doesn't want to do anything as far as giving any momentum to Connor. The Red Hounds really are shooting themselves in the foot as far as penalty-wise go. Hands it off to Justin Moore. Moore bounces out. That's Abraham Hoover. Hoover's off to the races. He has one man to break, cuts back in. Good job. Nice run, Bram Hoover. And at the end of the first half of play, it's a Red Hounds 14, Connor 12. We'll be back with all your second half activity and kickoff in just one moment. And we're back at halftime. About 1 minute before kickoff, we got our halftime stats. And Chandler?
Phillip scores 14-12 in favor of the Red Hounds. First downs, 8 for Connor, 10 for Corbin. Rushing, 13 for 78 for Connor. Corbin, 24 for 154. Passing yards, Connor, 98. Corbin, 45. Total offensive plays, 23 for Connor, 29 for Corbin. 199 yards total for Corbin, 176 for Connor. As you and I talked about at halftime, Phillip, the turnovers, Corbin, 2 fumbles lost, 1 interception lost. Connor scores 12 points. Time of possession, 14:32 for Corbin, 9:28 for Connor.
So we're looking at that right there, and we could see it as you could watch it on your screen in the first half, is that the Red Hounds really, as the proverbial phrase goes, shot themselves in the foot a couple of times, and when doing so, they put points on the board. And then we turned around and we had some key penalties and situations where it looked like we could drive the football. It's kickoff time here to start the second half again. As Chandler Cook has said to us, it's 14 Red Hounds, 12 Connor, as Foley now tees it up on his 40-yard line.
Okay, let's go, Hounds. We got to pick it up right here. We need to stop on defense. We don't need to let them come out and establish a drive and score. We need to stop and get the ball back.
Reading is on the left side. High kickoff to him, and he'll take it on about his 10-yard line, 15-20. He's the big power back. Looked pretty good. There's riding him down, 2 Red Hounds. Coming up was number 44.
Anthony Mullins and number 8, Brett Faulkner.
Both those kids have made pretty good licks on the special teams. Brett Faulkner made a great defensive stand early in the first half. It'll be defense called upon now to start this second half for the Red Hounds at the 11:55 mark.
As the defense steps out on the
sport. I know where your mind is. It's summertime right now, babe.
That's right.
There is now the backup quarterback in Levy. He stays in, the young sophomore under center, hands it off to The big bruising tailback, number 22, is reading.
Williams and Kevin Marlowe. Matt Williams and Kevin Marlowe on the stop.
I'll tell you what, both those guys met Redding in the hole, stopped him for no gain.
That's a good defensive stop right there. Now we need to watch the pass. I don't know if this boy will be as effective a passer as Huffman. We'll just have to see.
That's Alvey. Excuse me, I've been calling him a Levy. It's Alvey. Alvey's going to keep the ball now and have to throw the ball. The ball is loose. The Red Hounds have it, and they have the football. Matt Williams absolutely took his head off that time. Matt Williams came through and decked him, turned around, and grabbed the football. That was all Matt Williams on that play, and he's giving Red Hounds some terrific ball placement inside Connor on the 18-yard line.
Phillip, what was the license plate number on that Peterbilt?
62. That was his license number. And I'll tell you what, the young man of the Red Hounds, he's a senior, and he's 6'1", 259 pounds. Hello, young sophomore. I'm wearing your jersey tonight. 1st and 10. Red Hounds have it on their own Connor 18-yard line. Here comes the blitz, picked up good that time. Handoff inside to the Red Hounds, deep inside down to the 10-yard line. We'll get the ball carrier just in one moment. Looks like Bram Hoover, and it will be number 83, Bram Hoover.
Bram's limping. I think he got hurt on that last where he got tackled at the end of the first half. He's been kind of limping a little bit here to start the second half. That time, Tyler Hart drove his block on number 1, the linebacker. I mean, he had him driven off the ball 10 yards.
Yes, he did, and that's exactly where Hoover went right behind, too, underneath that center gap. Here's the full house backfield look by the Red Hounds. Here comes the blitz again, picked up. No, Foley keeps it, cuts it up inside. That time, excellent cut, deep inside, down to about the one, inside the 2, to about the 1, 1st and go. Foley did an excellent job that time of keeping the ball.
Oh, good looking play right there on the option. 1st down, Corbin, 1st and go. Phillip, how do you like that? Quick move right there.
Well, I liked it for this very reason, is BJ committed, as he faked the pitch, his inside step move was textbook. He planted, had his shoulders squared up in the hole he was, and he knew that he smelt the pay dirt. Here's Foley handing it to Cook. Cook is in for the touchdown from 2 yards out. So at 10:03, the Red Hounds have struck pay dirt on this time the bruising tackle and punt and fumble by Matt Williams, setting it up. And Red Hounds have put 20 points on the board now at 10:03, waiting on the PAT attempt. Again, doing it this year is number 65 for the Red Hounds. He's 2 for 2. Eric Dixon, the sophomore. 203 pounds, picks the PAT up. It splits the uprights. 10:03, Red Hounds 21, Connor 12 will step out for one moment for the kickoff. 10:03, third period of play, Red Hounds 21 after the Stephen Cook 2-yard run, after the Matt Williams fumble that set it up on the bruising tackle the young man put on the Connor back. Taking up now, fumbled there as it picks it up as number 22, Redden, and Redden is met and stopped right there on about his own 23 by Ian Hall and a host of Red Hounds, Mullins, and also in there's number 20 for the Red Hounds, and that is Matt Duke, a sophomore.
Matt Duke's a 5'7", 120-pound sophomore, coming up from the freshman team last year, and we got a lot of good sophomores. They're going to have to show that they can do the thing here early in the season.
Well, you know what I've noticed too, this is one of the largest freshman classes that come out for the Red Hounds in a few years, 20 plus I believe, and it's our
junior class is real small like it was a couple years ago.
Right. So those young hounds are going to have to get experience quick. Back to throw now is Alvey, and all he had what he had that time. He had Redden, and Levi Skeen was late getting his defensive end and really kind of disrupted the blocking scheme.
Yeah, 22 though. Let's see, 22 is.
I'm sorry.
22 is Redden.
Yeah.
He's kind of block and then peel off the block for a short little pass at the line of scrimmage. Now there was somebody that did that to us last year. Right now I just can't think who it was, but it'll come to me.
It's 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass now. This time in the shotgun position is Alvey. Alvey stays in that shotgun, barks out the signal, straight drop back. He has some pressure. There's the out and up, and it is incomplete because Brett Faulkner needs to get there a little bit quicker, but he gives up the big senior defensive back. And good, the closing speed, you can tell. I tell you what, Faulkner's put on some weight too.
Yes, he has from last year. He's looks like he's gained, maybe 10 pounds.
We have a timeout on the play. We'll step out. 1 moment. It's 3rd down and 10 now, 9:46. Man in motion to bomb your screen. Quick pitch out here to Ware. Ware cuts it out. Good job that time, Stephen Cook. Just barely getting a hand on him, just enough to trip him up. And that right there is going to force Connor to punt the football. Excellent move by the defensive linebacker, Stephen Cook.
I tell you, Phil, if you're Connor's coach critiquing this film Sunday afternoon, you're going to tell your back, Redden, you can't get arm tackled.
No, you can't. He's a big bruising style runner at 6'1", 190-pound junior. They have him listed. Back deep now, the Twins and Hoover and Faulkner for the Red Hounds.
Come on, let's get this punt. Pick up this punt and run with it.
Snap, punt. It's in the back of the personal protector, covered by the young man of the Red Hounds, Ian Hall. I've never in my life, I've been doing this for about 15 years, Chandler, and I've never seen the punter punt the ball into personal protector's backside.
I've seen it on film, but that's the only place.
I've never seen it live. So another break by the Red Hounds. And here we go. The Red Hounds have it deep into Connor territory again on the Connor 12-yard line.
Now, Phil, right here, this is where you got to stick the knife in and twist it right here.
You're right. Foley.
Quick pitch right.
Foley has it. Quick pitch right, handed to Cook. Cook has a block by Williams. Can he cut it up? And unable, really. Strung it out so much, just unable to cut, plant, and cut back up against the grain that time. So he's going to pick up about, let's give that lineman, here he goes, walking off about 2 yards. They'll bring up now 3. They'll bring up 2nd down, or excuse me, yes, 2nd down 7.
Phil, we can get a first down on about the 1.5-yard line here if we have to.
Yes, we can. 8:33. Clock counting down 3rd period. Red Hounds 21, knocking on the door of Connor once again. Connor has 12. Split out wide in the slot now is Moore.
Same way the other side. Oh!
Hand up the gut to that time Hoover as they fake the quick pitch that time. Hoover bruising up there inside the 5 down to about the 4.5-yard line.
That's just Willard Ferris coaching right there. You hit you outside, and bam, off tackle.
Red Hounds executing the offensive coordinator's Willard Ferris offensive scheme. Old checkerboard player he is, chess man. He'll get you, let you look, and all of a sudden he's got your queen or your king, whichever one is in the way, and touchdown. Here we go. Moore's in motion. Hands it again inside, this time nowhere. As Hoover that time is stuffed inside for bring up now 4th down and about a short or a long 2 yards.
4th down, 4th and 3 I'd call it right here, Phil.
No gain then.
Okay, let's see. We've got the play called.
And I see Billy Kane is back on the field, big number 78. He is on the field at the defensive tackle's position.
Watch the blitz right here.
Open in the end zone. Touchdown. Excellent play that time. They had him stuffed inside, and Hoover drug across out from his halfback position. It was wide open. Puts a quick another 6 points. It's 27-12, 6:56 to go in the 3rd period of play. Great execution that time. He had the Connor linebackers completely faked off.
Yep, he froze them out there and gave Hoover, we had 2 players open on that.
Yeah, Jimmy Hendrickson on the backside, and you had Hoover open on the inside. Here he is, Eric Dixon. This don't jinx him. It is good. He's 4 for 4 on PAT. So I tell you what, the PAT game's working good. We'll step out. It's 6:56, 3rd quarter. Red Hounds 28, Connor 12. And the Connor crowd is to their feet, trying to cheer on their football team from Northern Kentucky. They're located in Florence, Kentucky. Connor High. At 6:56, they find themselves down 16 points. A new kickoff man. We'll get his number in a minute. Ware now fumbles through and picks it up to the bottom of your screen. Here he comes. They're stringing out as Jimmy Hendrickson is stringing it out, knocked out of bounds, and that happens to be the quarterback. No, it's Alvey. It sure was. That's Alvey. No, correction. That's number 6. My fault. Bruce Warner, the man that caught the touchdown pass.
Right. I tell you, we strung it out real well. I mean, they're going to start on their 24-yard line, so we strung that out. But they misplayed that kick by Brett Dixon that time.
So Dixon was the new kicker that time. Right. Trying to give Foley a rest. I noticed that Justin Moore was the snapper, trying to give Hoover a rest on the long snap.
We got some new. No, don't see anybody new in there. Thought we may have somebody new in there.
Heads up the middle and through. There is making the stop now for the Red Hounds. Number 10 is Ian Hall.
Did we have 10 men on the field? I might have to look that play. I think we just had 10 men on the field. We were missing a linebacker. 25 is in.
Yeah, 25's in now, and I don't have a 25, but is that Gino Simo? I believe Gino Sima he's a sophomore. I'm really not sure. I don't have a 25 listed. Is 25 Gino Sima? Okay. So he's in. That's our 11th man. You're right. We only had 10. Knifing through was Sima. Sima came knifing through that time. He's the young sophomore. 25, Gino Sima. Yeah, it is Gino Sima, as the PA man says, so it is. I know he's just been back out for practice. It's just about a few weeks or so. Good to see Gino back. So, and he's already made a great impact right then. Here we go. 2nd down and 7 on the 41 of Connor. 5 minutes, 48 seconds. Red Hound 28. Connor 12. Back to throw. Alvey looks outside, throws it into the flat, and there's, oh, goodness sakes. Wide open was the young man that caught the touchdown pass as Warner being defended by number 88 of the Red Hounds, Jesse Knuckles, the junior.
I think we had Alvey throwing on the run that time. I think he was retreating when he threw that. He overthrew the receiver, but he was behind our defender. I mean, there wasn't no doubt about that.
So, it's 3rd down and 7 now. And we're going to have to, in just a few minutes, change the tape again, but we've got some time here. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. 5:40, 28-12, Red Hounds. Alvey takes a snap under center, barks out the signals, drops straight back, throws it in the flat. That is the screen. Knuckles is there, no, slips through 2 tackles, and coming up to make a stop was number 12, B.J. Foley, but not enough until he has a 1st down. So let's.
I don't know how many times we've had the play made on the corner out there. Even though we're young, we've had several plays to make on the corner and not done it.
Youth and inexperience, but this right here is what's helping them. Those are sophomores on the corners right now for the Red Hounds. But you know what, Chandler? Nothing's better than game situations.
Well, you're right about that.
It makes you grow up quick. 5:18, the clock is counting. Connor inside Red Hound territory on the Red Hound 48-yard line. Into the up back, cutting through, breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles. He's on a run now. Foley's going to be the last man to try to catch him. And he will catch him. No, yes, at the 1 foot line. So where, again, number 6, Bruce Warner, is on the run that time. No flags I see anywhere. Foley is getting up a little bit slow. He had to come on a dead run to make that stop.
Phillip, we got number 73. That's for Corbin checking in. That's Phillip Scott. He's a senior. Phillip's 5'9", 259. He comes in on short yardage situations. So 1st and goal for Connor. 4:52 and counting. Connor about to get the pay dirt here. Come on, Hounds. You got to step it up. Oh, movement. I believe we had him stop. He was going off left guard again like he did on the sneak in the 1st half. But there was motion by the left guard. That'll be a pin. So I'll move it back to about the 6-yard line as we'll take a short timeout to change film. Timeout on the field. I'm not sure what the timeout is for. Those officials' timeout. So the clock winds. Score Corbin 28, Connor 12. Connor on the 5.5-yard line of the Red Hounds. First and goal after the penalty. Come on, Hounds. This is a break you need right here. Step your defense up. Let's go. Alvey under center. Straight drop back. Looks for a fade. Looks for a fade. Come on, Jesse. Way to cover. Way to cover. You got to get out there, though. That tough is the fade is the toughest pass pattern to defend for any defender. It's the toughest one to do. But you're right. If you have the timing down,
it's a touch pass, and all it is, the quarterback throws it to a spot. He expects for the receiver to run underneath it. That time was just a little bit too much. That is that young sophomore quarterback, and I'm impressed with this young sophomore quarterback. He's been taking some licks. He's like a Timex, so he keeps on ticking.
Yeah. Connor out in I formation. Second down, 5.5. Drop back again. Outside contained. Oh, broken up. Broken up in the end zone.
Yeah,
I tell you that. Alvey waited late that time to throw it, and he threw it in a crowd. Now, I mean, there was people taking up tickets down there to get in the movie theater, but he threw it in that crowd, and
Well, and anytime you throw it up like that, it's your free game. The defensive back's got as much right to it as the offensive receiver, and I tell you what, somebody's paying for it right now for Connor, and it happens to be number 20, it looks like, and that's Wolf, Cody Wolf. He's a sophomore. He's coming off a little slow to the sideline.
Yeah, he was one in that crowd, too, I think.
He was on the bottom.
Now, I would look for him to go. See, number 6 is on the near side. They may drag him across. So he's dragging across. Get outside, Chaz. Come on, Chaz, make a dive. Get up, boys. Oh, good day. Gang tackling right there. That's right. What you like to see.
Red jerseys, that's exactly what you want to see. Now it brings up 4th down and 3. This is the 5th. After this play right here, really Connor's had 4 tries right here. 4
tries. Hey, this is kind of goal line stand you like to see right here.
You're right.
Now, Connor going to take a timeout.
Let's look here and see. I believe they are. Yes, they are. We'll step out.
We don't want to jump off sides right here, Phil.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they might try to pull us off. They may take a penalty for too much time and kick a field goal. But they could come a good way empty-handed. Here it is. Here it is.
Come on. Stuffed.
Oh, good job, baby. Good job,
stuffed him inside. There's that big bruising 22 that we saw carry the ball pretty well this evening. But that time, number 22 is Redden, and he's stopped. We could not pick up the numbers of the interior of the red line and red hounds, and all I'm going to say is it was a dog pound that nailed him that time.
That's right, baby. Junkyard defense right there, baby. We threw it all at him.
Now what let's really do right now, let's drive the nail in the coffin as you was talking about. 1st down and 10, the ball inside our own 4-yard line. Let's take a 96-yard drive right here.
That's right, 96 yards, 8 minutes.
That'll work.
Here comes the blitz. We're trying to get that backer caught in that blitz, yeah.
Right.
If we can get the back to, cut back where he vacates.
That's what I'm about to want to mention here. The best way to stop the blitz is run the back where the backer was. Mm-hmm. And believe me, then he's got to stay at home.
That's right. They got one backer that's been going the whole time.
Yes, he has. It's always usually the backside backer of whichever the strong side is.
There goes 70. He went this time. Attaboy, Justin.
That's Moore on the 1st down.
33, Justin Moore carries for the 1st down.
The headlines, the ink that I heard on Connor come in, they're a great big physical football team. They are a big physical football team, but what is happening is I'm seeing that the Hounds' stamina is really beginning to come in play right now. Connor is a worn-out football team.
They look a little tired right now and have, this quarter, especially when, we got the turnover down here and scored. Come on, dig. see what we got in the backfield right now. We got 22, Stephen Cook.
Hoover.
We have 33.
That's Moore.
Moore and 83. Is 83 in there?
Yes, he was.
Hoover's in there, okay.
I believe Moore had to carry that time.
And we also have 34 in there, and that is Andrew Davis, a freshman.
I didn't pick 34 up.
34.
Well, there he is. He's out. That's right.
I mean, unless we got somebody change jerseys, that's
6 foot, 162-pound freshman. Well, he looks like he's 6 foot, 162, playing tight end right now.
Come on, get a block, Hoover.
Hoover saw the hole. Did you see it coming toward the camera that time?
Yeah.
You could pick that up. He saw the hole, and as he tried to plant to cut back against there, it looked like he might have lost his
We didn't
footage
get somebody
just a little bit.
sealed on the back side to where he make a cut back.
Right. And that would be the backside linebacker that should be sealed coming through.
Now you really don't want to have to put the ball up right here.
No.
You're down here on your own 20-yard line, 3rd down and 8, or 3rd and 7, and you'd hate to have to put that ball in the air. But
Well, the clock's rolling right now, and we're fixing to go under 1 minute. It's 1 minute and 9 seconds here in the 3rd period of play.
Jimmy Hendrickson in on this on the end on this side. There it is. Come on, Jimmy, get under it. No, that's not interference. I don't think
for Hendrickson right there, just out of his reach a little bit. So that'll bring up the first punting situation for the Red Hounds this evening, and doing the punting chores for Corbin.
Number 82 will be Bo Hoskins.
So Hoskins will bring the first time this season and this game, 1 minute in the 3rd quarter, a punting chore. And of course we knew that Sizemore was the punter last year, so he's gone, of course, and it'll be Bo Hoskins. Something a little bit about Bo Hoskins, he's been out of football for a while. He's a senior, 5'11", 190-pounder.
I believe Bo hadn't played since the 6th grade.
It's been a long time. He's come out for his senior year. He steps back on his own 5-yard line to punt this football away. So
come on, let's get a good punt here.
big pressure right now for your first varsity punt, and he drops the ball.
Block it. There you go. Kick it. There you go.
Gets it through. Oh, great. Good-looking punt. That ball's going to roll. Look how far that ball is. It's rolling down to the 37-yard line of Connor. What a punt.
Whoever the up back was, cleaned somebody's plow back there.
I tell you, Bo will never forget his first varsity punt.
You got that right. I didn't think I was going to forget it for a minute.
Hello, I got to catch it first, then punt it. But you know what? He kept his composure, and he kicked the football. And so, even though he's a senior and it's his first year playing football since all those years, but his senior savvy is what helped on that play right there.
Let's see, we were on the 20-yard line.
Yep.
That kick went from the 43-yard on the run, too, Phil.
Yep. Just think what he can do standing still.
Oh, goodness.
Avi now under center, takes a snap. He rolls out. Quick pitch out here now.
Justin.
Outside. Reading and
clip.
Yes,
Atta,
right
baby.
here.
Good recovery.
You could see that clearly on your screen right there because we had set up perfect with Justin. Let's see.
Moore
It was Moore. Yes, it
also made the
was.
stop.
Yes,
now,
it
right
did.
here, I would decline this.
Loss
Okay?
in the play.
It's a loss of 3.
And
I would be
loss-
tempted to decline this, but I'm not the head coach.
and take the down.
Yeah, and take
But
the
we'll
down.
see what he's going to do. And they're going to take it. Yes, they will take the penalty as
Okay.
Charles Kirk will mark this off. Of course, we've got the
Now, wait a
crew.
minute. Now, wait a minute. He ain't marked
Or is he?
anything off yet.
Oh, my bad. Okay. I think he's
Blocking
going.
the back,
No, he
decline.
is. No,
Okay.
he is declined. So Steve Jewell will decline that penalty. Good move, because look at the loss. You got a loss of about 5-6 yards,
Yeah.
and you lose the down, which is going
Right.
to bring it now second about
So
6.
you,
That's a
you
heck of
cut your penalty down.
right.
What, maybe 4 yards?
But keep
But
the
they-
down.
yeah.
Take the down.
Exactly.
And the clock rolls. It's 32-31 here in the 3rd period of play. Hounds 28-12. Avi
Find
under
number
center.
6. Find number
Drops
6.
straight back. Has the pressure. Screen
Screen,
play.
screen.
Out to. Oh, good job, Justin. Lock up on that. Medium. Gino Simon. Good job, Justin Moore, of just hanging on and saying, I'll hang on. There'll be 2 or 3 more red jerseys
That's
here
right.
in a
He's trying to tie his shoestrings together while the other ones came to help him out.
minute. Good play that time by the young sophomore. So the clock counts down. And at the end of the 3rd period of play, the Red Hounds are on top. 28-12. We'll be back in 1 moment for the 4th and final period.
Straight drop back by Alvey. He's looking deep across the middle. He got Got number 6. He's on the run. Oh, drug down by Hoover at the Corbin. Dragging number 6 across the field. That's Bruce Warner. He's been there. He's been the number 1 receiver, hasn't he, Phil?
Yes, he has, and he's also run the ball pretty good out of the backfield along with big number 22, Reedman. The thing about it is with Warner, he earlier in the first half, he caught the 64-yard touchdown catch and run.
He knows what to do with it.
Yes, he does. And, you know, looking at him, they say he's listed as a junior. You know, seriously, can you remember a senior? I don't think I've called a senior one for Connor tonight.
I know it. Alvey under center. Got him in the I formation. Slot right motion to us. Handoff up the gut. 22. Oh.
Faulkner.
22. That's Redden. Try to make a cut to the outside. Wrapped up by Faulkner after a gain of 3. Call it 2nd down 7.
Clock rolling now at 11 minutes to go in this football game. The Hounds find themselves on top, 28-12, over a pretty good physical football team in Connor out of northern Kentucky, located in Florence, Kentucky.
Bill, after this play, we'll try to set our defensive alignment here for the Red Hounds.
Chad Stradley's at the bottom of your screen. I see Matt Williams and more in.
Here's the pitch. Oh, got him cut in. Got a feel. Hang on.
Good
Gino.
job. Gino?
Atta baby.
That was.
25, Gino Simon on the tackle.
Simon. Listen, the young sophomore only been back with Corbin for about, a little over a week. And I'll tell you what, that young man is finding himself a starting position possibly on this varsity football team if he can keep that heads up.
Sure will. I tell you, that was a good-looking play right there because Brett Faulkner cut him in and Simon finished him off.
You know, I've never known of a Simon that won't stick their head up in there and stop you anyway, you know?
That's right.
Played with one in 1973, 74, and 75.
You're giving away your age there, Phil.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, quick pitch left. Get off the block, Chaz. Atta baby. Hang on.
Yeah,
good job defensively. Chaz Stradley doing a good job. Stephen Cook in there. Gino Simon over there. That boy Stradley.
Chaz stopped, or got him slowed down a little bit, and he allowed Stephen and Gino to come up and put the fight into him and drop him. Okay, it's 4th down now. What will Connor do? Connor will go for this.
With the change of personnel, I'd say it's going to be a punt. Knowing what happened last time, you'd think they use the same up back, or would it be a little closer to the line of scrimmage?
Well, 42 staying in there to do the punting, and there's our first senior, Matt Brummett. He's a senior. Okay.
Hoover is back in single safety this time. And we didn't think they were going to do it because we kept our first-team defense out there. Oh, long line drive. Punt's going to make the end zone.
Yes, it does.
Touchback. Corbin will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line with 9:08 left. And we'll be back in just one moment.
You know what I'm noticing is the Hounds here in the 4th quarter, and that's what we pride ourselves on, is stamina. And really this hot. There's B.J. Foley taking it around the end, keeps it close to a 1st down, possibly does have the 1st down across the 30-yard line. But what I was going to say is
blitzing that backside backer all the time.
Is that the agility, it's been hot. Of course, it's been a terribly hot summer, and we know about the deaths of the professional, a couple of college kids. But our kids really, as far as stamina goes, because we're not really deep, you know, and we got a lot of young kids tonight just getting first-time varsity experience, is really paying off for us right now.
Yes, it is.
And it's not a real hot evening like we've had in the past.
I know it's been fairly comfortable.
Foley just sticks his head down, runs over Tyler Hart, gets the 1st down up to about the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Corbin at 8:20, and the clock will be rolling as they move the chains. Third quarter stats.
Third quarter stats had Corbin 20 and a half minutes possession, and Connor 15 and a half minutes. Corbin 197 yards rushing, or total of 249 yards total. Connor 235 yards total.
So pretty even in the yardage area right here. But again, you got to look at the turnovers. This time Connor has the 2 turnovers the Red Hounds have capitalized on. The punt, muff, and then the fumble. The Red Hounds have capitalized both times.
Blitz right up the gut, baby.
Cook fights his way across close to the 40-yard line down to about the 39.
Okay, it brings up 2nd down and about 5. And ball's on the 39-yard line of the Red Hounds.
As the clock rolls at 7 minutes and 30 seconds, Foley now, and if you'll notice right now, and you can tell it on your screen, Corbin's not going to get in no real great hurry right now. They're going to run that clock as much as possible. Clock management. Corbin prides themselves on that.
This is a different formation than we've seen in the past. You know,
You're
two
right.
up backs. Now he's checking off.
That's Steven. Up the gut, gets close to the first down. As we see the
That'll
head
be very
linesman.
close. From our vantage point, very close, isn't it?
That's right. Very close. It looks to me like he's got the first down. If he don't have it, he's
Well,
just
if he's
knows.
ahead of the 47 or 43,
No, it's going to be third down and very short now. Third and about a foot and a half. Clock continues to run. Clock management now. The Connor finds themselves with two opponents now, the clock and the Red Hounds. Same formation,
I
tight.
might have to find out what they call that. Split pig or what?
Yeah. Cook again, sticks his nose up in there. It's going to be close. Very, very, very close.
Connor
believe
had a
he
good
got it.
defensive surge that time.
I believe he got it that time. There's those big bruising defensive tackles for Connor and really plugged the hole up. But Stephen only had to get about 2 feet. And I tell you, from our advantage
It
point,
looks
they're
like
going to
it
have
to
to
me.
measure. Yeah, they're going to have to measure. He had to get right to about the 43-yard line, and that nose looked like it's resting right on it. So 6:08 to go. They're going to measure this. I tell you what, Miss Katie, take the big eye, run it as close as you can down there on that field, and let's just say, I'm going to say he's got it by the nose of the football. Can you zoom in on that clock, on that right there? See if you can zoom right there. I'm going to say he's got it by the nose. No, he's missed it by about a half a football length.
Well,
Fourth down and about
we're
half
not
a
going to
football.
punt.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Be fourth down and about a football length. Quarterback sneak.
Either that or go power left, you know, power I formation, 40,
Well, you know,
43 blast.
You know, your offensive line thrive on this. This is their challenge.
Yeah, baby.
They love
exactly
this
right.
type of situation right here. And these kids right here will stand up and take it right here. 6:08 to go. Fourth down and a football length. Wing back is Hoover.
Let's go,
Split
Matt.
back is
Let's go,
Moore
Marlo.
and try to draw them off. They hand it off. There's Cook. Stephen Cook, first down, Red Hounds.
I tell you, that kind of play right there, you break one tackle, you may be off to the races.
We saw that 2 or 3 times last year, if you recall. In the Henry Clay game, I remember. In the in the Greene County game, in the district playoffs, if you recall. We were through. No, excuse me, it wasn't Greene County. It was Taylor. We were so quick through the hole that we were gone.
Now I have power out to the right. Here comes the bat. Here they come. Here they come. Hoover
There it
breaks
is,
through.
Ben.
Make a cut. Attaboy, Bram.
Bram Hoover, first down. There's that quick hitter we keep talking about, and boom, they laid it off. It's 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Clock stopped to move the chains. Red Hounds 28, Connor 12.
They're running where those linebackers are vacating.
Well, that's exactly what we was talking about earlier. Where the linebacker leaves, run you right back up in the hole where he's at. That's just good old smash mouth football. The blitz can help you.
And we need to
The blitz can
establish
hurt
that,
you.
you know, that continuity for the line, you know, and get their confidence up that they can move those big boys out of there.
Well, they've done a pretty good job right
Here it
now.
comes again.
Foley will keep it
Hold
dropped
on,
for a
hold
sack.
on.
There's the senior leadership, kind of a breakdown right there. BJ said, no, I'll just take it and eat it. Lose about a few yards on the play. I'm going to keep it, though, and the clock's going to keep running at 4:48. I've got another 3 downs to get a first down. It's second down and about 13.
Well, I couldn't tell what it was that where Foley was going to pull it and run it himself. And he's done it on a couple of occasions. I
Yes,
make
he
good
has.
gainers out of it.
Yes, he has. He's got Faulkner split out.
That 18 keep or whoa, BJ had to hold it behind. I thought Steven had it.
There's a
Oh,
flag.
there's a
2
clip.
flags.
Got to be a clip.
So that'll stop the clock at 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go. We'll have to wait and sort this out and see what's happening. But the way those flags came out, that's probably against Corbin.
So So that'll be still be second down if they take this penalty and marked. It's either going to be a block in the back or a clip. Block in the back, which is 10-yard penalty from the 35-yard line. So move the ball back to the 45, but it'll still be second down.
That's right. So we've just been notified that that is number 12, B.J. Foley, that's down across the sidelines. You can see the crowd around him. So here we go, the young man from Corbin. We'll talk about him in just a minute. So we'll step out just for one moment, and we'll be back. That was B.J. Foley, the senior quarterback. He does get up off the sidelines and kind of runs around. So let me tell you something. Let's say it this way. 5'9", 155-pound Jeremy Brock, freshman, seeing his first varsity action, is in the lineup now. He's the backup.
Yes, he is. Now, Brock was played through 7th and 8th grade. Seems to throw the ball real well, but he's going to get tested right here because backers are going to come after him.
He caught the football. Oh. They're saying no.
The pass was a little bit behind him, Phil. He fell down, but he looked like he caught it from here, but they did call it incomplete.
You're right. If Jeremy just puts a little more air in you, and there he is, his freshman. Seeing his first play, he looks up and sees two 6-foot linebackers fixing to come down upon him, lofts it up, and just a little out of Bram Hoover's reach. But I'll tell you what, the young man stood in there.
Yes, he did.
Brings up 3rd down and 20 now. Brock stays in, all 5'9", 155 pounds of him. So hello, Mr. Brock. Welcome to Corbin Red Hound varsity football. Last year he was on this same field as an 8th grader. Brock under center now, hands it off to Hoover. Hoover cuts back, breaks 1, 2, 3. Up inside Connor territory to about the 36-yard line. Big, strong running by the senior tailback, Bram Hoover.
Good play that time by Hoover. Good blocking up front by the line. As Billy Kane on the left side. Also, I see Matt Williams over there. Marlowe, Kevin Marlowe. And 55, Tyler Hart.
So well, they're going to call them over there. They did not call. They're going to let the clock run. It's 3 minutes and 25. The clock is running. They'll send the punt team out. So just let it run. Let it run. Go ahead and take a penalty of 5 yards. It gives Bo Hoskins a little bit further to work with. No problem. The clock continues to run. It's at 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. And there's your flag. So at 3:08, Red Hounds will turn the ball over on a punt by Bo Hoskins here in just 1 moment. That's no problem. Give him a little bit more room. After a 42-yard punt on his very first varsity, now all he only needs to do is kick it in the coffin corner and let it go out at about the 1-yard line. What do you say?
Yeah, we don't need to be punting on the run that much. You know what I mean?
No. Well, if he can punt it on the run at 42, if he's dead still, maybe he can get that little old high punt.
I timed Bo a few times. Panorama.
He laid it high. And Red Hounds, good coverage down there. That's an excellent job right there. There's nothing wrong with that. Wait, there's a flag thrown, and our young man getting up right now is number 8, Brett Faulkner. It was a late hit. I believe the penalty is going to be called now. That's right.
That'd be the question, was the ball down?
Right. If it's not, we get possession on a 15-yard penalty, and we've got the ball back. So let's wait and see. So here we go. It is 3 minutes and 7 seconds. 28-12. Red Hounds have it. It was Faulkner on the late hit. A blatant late hit. Was the ball downed already? Let's see. Charlie Kirk makes the call. We have against Connor. So the Red Hounds. That's right. So they'll mark it off now from the Red Hounds' 42-yard line. They'll go 10 yards. That's a 10-yard penalty. So that's at 3:07. We run
now, if you're in, playing on Sunday, that's not automatic first down.
Well, that's true. That's true. It's Friday night. Yeah. A few years off. Okay, so what do? It'd be 4th down and about 7 yards for a first. You're going to bring the offense back in, and B.J. Foley, the senior, is back. I'll tell you what, the kid gave Jeremy Brock a little bit of varsity taste, and now I'm back. So here we go, 4th down and 5. Well, they're saying 4th and 5. Ball on the 33. So wait a minute. Now we have a timeout on the field by Connor, so we'll step out and take this brief timeout ourselves. Redhounds 28, Connor 12. 4th down and 5. Here's the setup. 3:07. Redhounds 28, Connor 12. Possession ball. Hoover, no. Quick kick. Quick kick. He sends it to the end zone. No problem. I tell you, it's a left-footed kick to it. Hey.
About that, Phil.
Hey. I tell you, our kids kick pretty good on the run.
Golly.
But,
is that something we're teaching or what?
I don't know, but I don't think either one of them ever played soccer. So, I mean, you know, and you kick that ball on the run in that game, so not bad. 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line, 3:01.
I see 44 Anthony Mullins checking in for Stephen Cook at one of the inside linebackers. So we've got Sima and Mullins at the inside linebackers.
A junior and sophomore. We got procedure charged against Connor. As I tell you who's back in the game now is the quarterback we have not seen since the first quarter. I believe. No, there he is. I see him. Okay, this may be I don't think, was that Alvy? Alvy? Okay. Okay.
It looked like they were trying to get us one-on-one over here, BJ. But number 6, Warner.
Oh yeah, he's got us a couple of times this evening. Junior and a sophomore linebacker right now. In and out of the hands of Mullins. Mullins had a chance of either catching the football, and it was on him. So, hey, that's a pretty good arm right there by that young sophomore. That was a rocket coming in there and really come upon Mullins before he had a chance to think.
Yeah, I know Anthony said, gosh, that ball's right here. You know what?
Yeah, what'd I do?
He just lowered the boom on that receiver right there.
Of course, we know Anthony Mullins was hurt last year, did not even play a down, I don't believe, for Corbin. He's back this year. Good to see the young man feeling healthy. Ollie back to throw. He's got some pressure on Stradley. Throws it out. Yes, there's the screen, and there's Hoover. Brings him down. There's that senior right there, not going to take anything off of, I don't care how big the young man. Redding carrying the ball, right.
Yeah. Well, Chaz was putting pressure on him back there, Phil. It was a design screen pass, but Chaz was coming hard at Alvy back there.
You know, Chaz is a young sophomore, but I'll tell you about him right here. He's got pretty good foot speed. He really does. He runs the ball pretty well. As far as running down the ball, he just to get the technique down a little bit more about tackling.
Okay, back in the shotgun again. Quick out. Oh, dropped by the defender. Ian Hall had slipped, but he did recover. He would have made the tackle, but 32 should have caught that.
Well, I'll tell you what 32 was doing. I don't know whether he was actually hearing footsteps or whatever it was, but he tried to run before he ever caught the ball. And I think he saw out of the corner of his eye Ian falling down, and he knew if he could get the ball, he probably may have had some running room.
Okay, it's 4th down and 4, but they got to go for it. 2:11 left. Ball on their own 30 or 27-yard line.
4th.
27-yard line.
2:11. Redhounds 28. Connor 12. Back to throw. It should be the Hail Mary. Feeling some pressure. Gino Sima fumble. Pick the ball up. That's it. That's okay. That is. I thought it was a pitch or whatever it could have been. So anyway, you know who it was putting the pressure? Sophomore Gino Sima. Okay, intentional grounding will be loss of down. The Redhounds will take over. So Redhounds will take it 1st down and 10 inside deep territory of Connor. I'm impressed with the young sophomore Gino Sima. If I was going to, start rating the players this evening of the newcomers on the varsity level, that Gino would be at the top, one of the young ones at the top for me. And he's only been in the second half briefly, but he has made a great impact.
Gino's done a good job, done a very good job. So the Hounds go on offense with 2:02 left, leading 28-12 over the Cougars from Connor High School in Florence. And this should be a penalty against Connor. We declined. So we've declined that. Okay, so it's lost a down. I mean, it's a moot point, but checking into the game, 44, Anthony Mullins, and 34, Andrew Davis. Checking out, Bram Hoover and Jeremy Ware. So in the backfield, we have Brock, Mullins, Cook, and Moore. Hand off to Stephen Cook, off tackle. Makes a cut to the outside. Good hand, good feet, good feet. 150 left. 149. Counting down. We're getting some new faces in there. Number 5 is Travis Pruitt, another freshman.
I believe the young quarterback's back in for the Red
also,
Hounds, number 7. Yes, he is.
Number 28, which was
Dempsey
Ballou in. He's a freshman.
One of those 20-plus freshmen into the game now. 1 minute and 20 seconds counting down in this football game. Jeremy Bach, the young freshman, back up for the senior. B.J. Foley takes a handoff. Takes the ball, hands it off to, I believe that is
Ballou,
Dempsey Ballou. So the young freshmen are getting some varsity time and experience. In comes number 20 now for Red Hounds, Matt Duke, a sophomore. Number 30 is Justin Barton, a sophomore.
And number 19, Jared Carroll.
He is a sophomore. So the junior varsity team, and number 3 is in there, Darrell Lowe, he's a sophomore. So the junior varsity are pretty much into the lineup now. Oh, good run. Nice cut that time. Good spin move that time. Number 20, Matt Duke, 5'7", 108-pound sophomore. 108-pounder. He stuck his nose right up there.
23. Isaac Mills, another freshman, and also
Number 77 is in, Jeff Cloud, a
68.
junior. 68, Chris West, a junior lineman. And that should be the last play of the game because the clock goes under 19 seconds. So the Red Hounds, Chandler, I'm pretty impressed. They come out here in the first game of the regular season, take on a big, physical, powerful Connor team, and really stymied them because the thing that happened to me that I saw is they scored their 12 points on some turnovers the Red Hounds had. So as the clock counts down, it's the Red Hounds 28, Connor 12. Next week is the Pigskin Classic. A powerful football team comes to town in Lexington Catholic. They're on TV tomorrow, and so when you see this replay, you'll already have known what the score is. But I know they're going to be on live on Saturday. So next week in the Pigskin Classic, first game, we have who?
Bryan Station versus Danville.
Versus Danville.
Bryan Station versus Danville.
Okay, and then in the second game, we got Lexington Catholic, and we have Corbin. So I tell you what, how much time we got, Miss Katie? We doing okay, or we just got a brief time? Okay. Well, I tell you what, Chandler, I'm, again, in wrapping this thing up from Campbell Field, Dennis Stadium, the Red Hounds victorious in their season opener, 28-12, along with myself, Phil Russell, Chandler Cook, Randy Worley, his spotter, Kelly Ferris, our now new all eye in the sky, Miss Katie Adkins, and her daddy Gary. We appreciate you, and we thank you for watching Red Hound Replays. Stay tuned next week. The Corbin Red Hounds and Lexington Catholic.